Oh, g'day scrappers. Yeah, just wanted to add a continuation of the residential pickup sort of this pickup has actually come out really good, being the next one straight after the first one that I did, because this one gives a good example of another kind of e-waste pickup. Well, this particular house that I picked this stuff up from I've already picked up a couple of times from, so I've gotten their televisions and all sorts of stuff over time. Now this is where this is a classic example of when a household that has been around for quite a long time, they move out, they sell up, and they clear out all their garage, all their little bits and pieces that they've accumulated over the years. All those little pieces of steel that you don't want to throw out, because they might be of some value, some use to you at some stage. Well, this is pretty much what this is all about, and so I'll just quickly go over, give you a bit of a look at this kind of e-waste pickup as well. So this is obviously one of those little tray things with all the little electronic connectors. Mostly aluminium fittings. There's hooks. There's all kinds of things. This is very common. Everyone's sort of got one of these in their garage where they've got some. So this guy was obviously fixing up some electronics and accumulated this over time. So I'll sort through this and see what's there, and then throw out the old box, because it's just about broken up. Here's another one. This is okay. This is much handier for me. It looks like it's all different screws. That's to me that's handy. Washers, rusty. Some of these screws will probably be really handy. So, yep, bonus. And then, see this box here. Now this pickup, because I've already picked up a couple of times off him, I didn't charge him. She's a really nice lady, so, but she always, instead of, even though I don't charge her, she always gives me a packet of biscuits. March, April, May, still got a year, so they're okay. So I just put them in my pantry, but she always gives me a packet of biscuits. I try not to take anything, but she was very insistent. So anyway, so the typical box of stuff, bucket of stuff. So it's all screws and oddball tool parts. Here's a nice little drill bit with a screw in it. Bits of brass. Got me little magnet. Yeah, that's brass. So as you can see, it's just a mixture of things. And before I just, obviously I'm not going to throw it all straight into steel. So what I do is I tip it into my wheelbarrow. Okay. Right, so I tip it into my wheelbarrow. Look at that nice little tinkering hammer. And what I'll do is I'll sort through it all and pick out that stuff that's not steel. So that's just a chunk of steel. Get me a little magnet. So that's obviously steel. They're brass. So here's a nice brass piece. So and I'll go through. I'll pick out any things that I like. Take all these socket things out, and sort through the lot. And then what's left over will just be steel, and I'll just a bit of brass. I'll just tip that steel back into a bucket or into an empty tower or microwave oven and sell it as steel. Here's another one. that. It's a real chunky piece of steel. This is obviously a remnants of an old vise. A bit of copper piping. Some fat copper pipe. All kinds of cool things. So I'll just take off a few bits. Okay, so yeah, as you can see, there's the brass taps, steel, these nice big pieces of steel rod. I mean, they can come in handy for things before you sell them. Taps, lots of brass taps, brass. So yeah, as you can see, I'll go through all that. Continue on. There's another heavy little box. Gave us a couple of electric blankets. Obviously, probably the last thing you want is electric blankets, because it's only got a cord, and I don't cut the cord out of the blanket. I just cut the cord off. So I've got to sort of deal with these and dispose of these, but that's just the nature of the game. There's another little box. Again, it's got some nice interesting bits, brass, looks like some tools, brushes. Yeah, and nice hole punches. See, there's tools that they've kept, and you can recondition these, just clean them up, give them a bit of CRC, and put them back in your own garage. Check these Dynabolts, right? When you need a Dynabolt, you got to pay $1.50 or something for just one Dynabolt, maybe more. So, all this stuff is worth going through and picking out your stuff to keep. Okay, but this box, you can see it's a quite a decent haul from just one household. Some copper. Nice copper. How's that? I'll keep that. That's a looks like a handheld. Is it? Yeah, I think it's a handheld thing. Well, maybe not. Maybe you connect a drill on it, or connect the motor onto this side. But how bizarre is that? Here's another one. A little one. A tiny little blade. I'm not really sure, but see, cool things like that you don't ever see. That's fine. What is this? Solder. So, okay. So a tin of solder. Why not? Some other junk. Looks like some electronic cable. Yeah. Some oddball things. Okay. So that gives you, this is a really good example of an alternative eWaste pickup. Sometimes these pickups, depending on what you see that you're picking up, sometimes, most of the time, I don't even charge for these kind of pickups, especially if they're repeat customers. How's that? Another bunch of Dynabolts. The rest will be just scrap steel. Another thing of tools. What's that? It's just like a transformer. Yep, a scope iron transformer. That's cool. Bunch of stuff. Another hammer. There's an old soldering iron. All sorts of things. Big set of bearings. Yeah, so this. Oh, it's just a bloody measuring thing. Yeah, and things like this. You got bloody good cable, right? A couple of kilos there. Oh, that's just a big wad of. It's probably 50 meters here. Big wad of just that cabling. This might come in handy for something, don't know. I wouldn't throw it as scrap steel yet. I reckon it'll come in handy. Just some rubbish. You can see this big ladder. It's an old steel ladder. It's quite a good ladder actually. I might just put this aside and restore it instead of throwing it out. And not much else. Empty toolbox. Just some more cables. A couple of pieces of aluminium. What looks like a fucking dunny brush. Some sort of a spin duster. And just an old radio, phone, it's like a recorder. What's this? Wow, how's that for a remote control? It's a Sanyo remote control. It's just got 2 buttons. Wow, that's pretty freaky. Might look that up. Hopefully they've taken out the batteries out of it. No, there's still batteries, but they don't look too bad. Okay, these really old remote controls are quite collectible. This is, 70s kind of stuff. Nothing else old and exciting. Yeah, that's it. Okay, so you get the picture. There's a couple of bags of stuff in the back there. It's mainly plumbing stuff. There's a lot of plastic and some wires, not much. But yes, so that gives you a good indication of another kind of e-waste pickup. That if you pick up steel as well, after you've picked up, like in this place, picked up twice or 3 times now. So I've done all the TVs and all that stuff, and so now they're just clearing out their garage, and they're thinking electronics, so that anything wire, but because I also take steel, they also give me all the steel, so what's this? Make a key. Yeah, but anyway, so there you go, guys. Next week is the hard rubbish season is starting around my area, so I'm going to get even more busier with doing residentials as well as doing the hard rubbish, just going around being a bit more selective in what I'm picking up. But yeah, I might do a few videos on that too. Okay, keep scrapping, have fun, guys.